You know that shame that you're carrying right now? It didn't start on Discovery Day or what I call D-Day. She built it into you long before she ever made the decision to cheat on you. And I'm going to show you exactly how.
Yeah, check the mic, 1, 2. This ain't a whisper, this a roar coming through. They try to bury us, but the seed just grew. Now the concrete cracks and the truth breaks through. They told you it was over, said you never survive. But the dead man walking is fully alive. No one is coming to save you, so sharpen the knife. Turn up the podcast, welcome to the brilliant life.
This is the Brilliant Life podcast. It's real help for men rebuilding after divorce, betrayal, and narcissistic abuse. I'm Mike Moulton, your host. Let's get to work. You've looked out a window before. Maybe it was your bedroom, maybe your car in a parking lot, sitting there a few extra minutes before you had to walk in and pretend that everything was fine with your marriage and your family. This is a window that you've looked out 100 times before. But this time, the world looked different. Not because something outside changed, but honestly, it's because something inside of you changed. And standing there, one thought hit you harder than all the rest. Where can I go get help that doesn't make me feel ashamed? That thought right there, it's not just grief, it's shame. It was installed in you, one comment at a time, long before she ever pulled that trigger. Here's what most men don't know about betrayal trauma. The wound isn't just about something that she did. The wound is what she said before she actually did it. Watch what happens here. Before D-Day, she had a pattern. Maybe she told you that you're a little bit too sensitive, or you know what, you're pretty emotional, or that due to the way you were raised, you come across as almost kind of soft at times. She was loading the weapon long before she pulled the trigger. Then she told you that wanting intimacy in your marriage was just too much, that your desires for a sexual relationship were a problem. So she took your sensitivity, your usual desires in marriage, two of the most natural things a man brings to a marriage, and labeled both of them a character flaw. Here's the name for what that was. It wasn't criticism. It was a shame installation campaign. It was methodical, it was sustained, and it was very effective. And by the time D-Day arrived, she didn't need to tell you it was your fault, because in your mind, you were already blaming yourself. So she actually helped manufacture that shame in advance. Then she handed you the bill on D-Day. And the most devastating part, after all that time of wanting to be with her intimately, she ended up giving herself to someone else. So the shame you're carrying isn't just, I wasn't enough. It was that I'm too much of all the wrong things. And let me tell you, that's not failure. That's not inadequacy. That's just a total lie that was installed in you, one comment at a time. Now, I want to tell you something that, I honestly didn't hear in church, or if we did, it wasn't that often. When I was standing at my own window, I was furious with God. I asked him, listen, if you're all knowing, how did you let this happen to me? How did you let this happen to my family? Why did you let my family go through the same evil I watched and endured my family going through when I was growing up? How do you call yourself good and expect me to believe it when I'm watching history repeat itself in my own family? I didn't just question God's plan. I questioned his character. And here's what I want you to hear. That wasn't my weak faith, actually. That was the faith of Job screaming from the ash heap. That was the faith of David in Psalm 88 with no resolution. That was the faith of Elijah under the juniper tree, telling God to just let him die. The men the Bible calls faithful, they weren't the ones who never doubted. They were the ones who stayed in the room. They were the ones who stayed in the moment. They were the ones who stayed in the fight and fought it out with God. They were Jacob wrestling with God. The church taught you that anger, it's dangerous. So on top of everything, the betrayal, the shame of that, you took on. You were also carrying secret shame about your own rage at the God you were supposed to serve. I think that's just sick. And it's not just sick grace running rampant. It's bad theology. It's unbiblical theology. Here's what I want you to know that I didn't know then. I wasn't doubting God's existence. I was doubting his faithfulness. And there's a massive difference. An atheist walks away because they never believed. But you and I, we stayed. We scream at God. We raise our fists because we do believe he exists. And we're not men losing our faith. We're men actually refusing to let it go and trying to figure things out, trying to put it back in order. So here's what I ask of you today. Not in 90 days, not next week. I want you to do this today. I want you to understand first, you are the co-author of your story with God. God has never left the room. He's been in every room that you've been in. He's looked out every window with you. He's been in every car moment with you. And the miracle is this. You can, again, invite him in right now. In the middle of your rage, in the middle of your doubt, in the middle of your shame, in the middle of your faithlessness, here's your one move for today. Knowing that God is with you, let yourself feel every emotion, all of it. Scream if you need to, cry if you need to, shake your fist at heaven if you need to, but don't harm yourself. Don't harm anyone else, but do not stuff this down one more day, because stuffed shame, it doesn't disappear. It just finds some other way to be released, whether that's with high blood pressure, a heart attack, just moodiness, a bad year at work, whatever. But when you invite God into that room, into that shame, into that rage, into that grief, he may not fix your marriage, but he will fix you. And let me assure you that a fixed man is the most dangerous thing that she never counted on. And if you're ready, if you're really ready to stop carrying this alone, go to brilliantlifecollective.com. Book a free strategy session with me. I've been through it. I've been through what you're going through. I understand, and God understands. And I think together we can make progress. If it's not you, and you do know somebody who's gone through betrayal, divorce, narcissistic abuse, needs to hear this message, send them this link. Get them in touch with me. But let's get them healed. Love you guys. Can't wait to talk to you next week. Till then, have a great week.
This is the anthem, the beat of the brave. From the ashes we rise.